mata ngiyasarenda Angakho ngiyakhothama sengimdala ngaze ngimbone ukaJehova ekhotshiwe kodileke indaba nekanye zithembiso zakho yimini wangikhulule emakethakeni kasathane mina ngangiboshiwe akamane masanga phakade ingeni inkosi okazimu lowakethula umthwalo wongisinda wangishiya nenkulu ezulwini ubusawena emhlabeni ubusawena ngaphansi kwamanzi ubusawena zonke indawo ubusawena ezulwini ubusawena emhlabeni ubusawena ngaphansi kwamanzi ubusawena zonke indawo ubusawena uJesu wasemandulo wayesensizimanga kusasenguye namhlanje wayesensizimanga uJesu wasemandulo uJesu wasemandulo ngaphansi kwamanzi ubusawena zonke indawo ezulwini ubusawena emhlabeni ngaphansi kwamanzi zonke indawo ngikongabodela uJehova ngoba nguyena ongumdali wakho konke yonke imibuso iyakhothama ezulwini nasemhlabeni kubusa yena akekho ongabodela uJehova ngoba nguyena ongumdali wakho konke yonke imibuso iyakhothama ezulwini nasemhlabeni kubusa yena It is so lovely ukuthi Jesu yena unamandla nami I'm a witness ngimonile izimangaliso unamandla uyabusa He is worthy to be praised He is worthy to be honored
Welcome everybody. This is Seize the Day with Sport Buzz. We do Thammy Mthembu. We welcome you today. A lot of a lot has been happening during the weekend and yesterday. As we go to the news today, we've got Olympics, we've got tennis news, and we've got the basketball news and the upcoming Olympics, and also the Euros. Sorry for that. We had some technical issues, but we are sorted. So we're gonna start with the Olympics, the upcoming major event which take place in Japan. We've got few things that you need to know that have been taking place recently. International Olympic Committee Vice President Suoane arrived in Japan on Tuesday as organizers ramp up final preparations with just over 5 weeks until the pandemic postponed games open. Ahead of his arrival, several dozen people protested against the games in Tokyo. Through recent opinion polls suggest public opposition may be weakening. Later Tuesday, organizers will release the final version of their virus countermeasures for athletes in a so-called playbook that they say will keep the event safe. They have already announced measures including daily testing for athletes and GPS tracking of journalists coming from abroad in an attempt to reassure a skeptical public. National polls have regularly shown most people in Japan oppose holding the games this summer, preferring either a postponement or a cancellation. But with the first foreign athletes already in the country and Olympic officials arriving, there is some evidence that opposition may be declined. A survey in early June found half of the Japanese public back holding the games, and a new poll published late Monday showed 64% now supporting it going ahead. Japan's mandatory 14-day quarantine for overseas arrivals is being relaxed for Olympic participations. But the organizers insist that Tokyo 2020 will be safe with athletes tested daily and prevented from contact with Japan's public. Around 84% of athletes have already been vaccinated, Coates told the Australian Financial Review newspaper before departing Tokyo. Athletes from some Asian and African countries are being flown to Qatar for vaccines, while South American athletes are being flown to Miami and Houston for shots organized by the IOC, he said. Japan has seen a smaller outbreak than many countries, with just over 14,000 deaths, but Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga's government has come under fire for its response. On Tuesday, which is today, opposition parties filed a motion of no confidence, but it is expected to fail given the government's large majority. So Akana Simbane took the 100-meter race in Florence. The South African campaign has spent the last few weeks training in Gemona, Italy, having last ran at the national championships in Pretoria in mid-April. His coach, Werner Prinsloo, told IOL Sports earlier this week that he wasn't expecting a serious quick time from his athletes, and he was proven right as Simbine won in 10.08 seconds on a perfect night in Florence. That made it 2 wins in 2 years for Simbine after he clocked 9.96 on the previous race. On Thursday time, which was his race last week, short of his season's best 9.99, but the 99 seconds. But the 29-year-old will be delighted to have taken top spot against a solid field that included American veteran Mike Rogers and Ivorian Arthur Cisse. Umofara was UK will make a last gasp attempt to qualify for the Olympics at the British Athletes Championship. Umofara is the legend, and I think this is his last Olympic, but in the meantime he hasn't qualified for this year's competition, but he has a last chance to qualify. So let's head to the basketball news. The NBA have been going on this week, and a semi-final of the conference took place from 11 June, which is Friday last week. This is what happened. Trae Young double helps Atlanta Hawks level series against the Philadelphia 76ers. Trae Young, Bojan Bogdanovic, and Clint Capella each had double-doubles as the Atlanta Hawks railed to level the series with victory over the Philadelphia 76ers in Game 4. Trae Young collected 25 points and a career high-tying 18 assists to fuel the host Atlanta Hawks to a 103-100 victory over Philadelphia 76ers on Monday in a game of their Eastern Conference semifinal series. Nikola Jokic apologizes after ejection against Phoenix Suns as Denver Nuggets lose series 4-0. The newly crowned MVP's frustration got the better of him on Sunday night as he was ejected in the third quarter for a flagrant 2 foul, leaving Denver to lose the game without him 118 to 125 as they were swept 4-0 on their Western Conference semifinal series with the Phoenix Suns. Denver went down by 8 points in the series, quickly slipping away. The MVP Nikola Jokic frustration got the better of him. He had just missed a contested floater thanks to some physical defense from Dender Ayton. A team throughout this one-sided Western Conference semifinal and looked at the ref for a foul call. None was coming. Then probably through desperation more than anything, the Serbian center decided to lunge in on cameraman paying for a steal. It was a misguided and rather clumsy attempt, and Jokic's heavy swipe at rushing over and confront Jokic. The two briefly squared up to one another, exchanging words and shoves, but after they were eventually separated by their teammates. After a review by the officials, Jokic was ejected for a flagrant 2 foul, which are given for unnecessary and excessive contact committed by a player against an opponent. Let's go to the tennis news. There were French Open happening, and the main semifinals took place, which Novak Djokovic won his 19th Grand Slam title after fighting back from 2 sets down to beat Greece Stefanos Tsitsipas in the French Open final. Djokovic is the first man in the Open era to win a Grand Slam after twice fighting back from 2 sets down. Top seed Djokovic, who is 34 years this year was in deep trouble before rediscovering his energy to win 6-7, 6-8, 2-6, 6-3, 6-2, and 6-4. The victory moves Djokovic one more title behind the men's record jointly held by Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer, abana 20 boba 2. So Djokovic as ena 19 usesele nge-title eyodwa ukuze bafice. Previously, Djokovic beat Nadal in an epic final on Friday. Yena amazwi Anokovic emva kwaleyo match ayalandela uthe Unokovic, it has been an unforgettable few months for me in my life and my career. I will definitely remember these last 48 hours in my life. The world number one will have the opportunity to move level on 20 titles with his great rivals Nadal and Federer when he defends his Wimbledon crown later this month. Masuguti yena Roger Federer began his Wimbledon preparations with a victory over Belarusian Iya Ivashka in Halle in his first match since withdrawing midway through the French Open to protect his body. The Swiss was below his best but won 7-6, 7-4 and 7-5. The Halle Open in Germany, which Federer has won a record 10 times in his 5th events this year, as he returns following 2 knee surgeries in 2020. It was his first match on grass since losing the 2019 Wimbledon final. Federer said, "I served very well. The back is good. I feel fine. It is just the legs. Match fitness I am looking forward to. I am excited to be back on the green grass. Getting a win is always nice." On the other news, Britain's Johanna Konta won her first title for 4 years by beating China's Zhang Shuai at the Nottingham Open. Konta, the 30-year-old, had lost in the final at the Nottingham Tennis Centre in 2017-2018, but sealed a 6-2, 6-1 success to claim a first grass court title. As the coronavirus is going on, ama regulations laphayana eWimbledon i-capacity yakhona izonyusa kwama-finals akhona. So laphayana the first UK outdoor sporting event is going to be the first to do so since the coronavirus pandemic. The tournament is starting on 28th June. It will begin with 50% ground capacity. Masuguti, that will then rise throughout the tournament before the 2 finals on the 15 capacity center court. So let's look at the Euro 2020 as the competition started on Friday. A lot is happening and it's aqale kahle lapha ama games. So eseqalile kube nesimo esenzekile which shook the whole world. Umdlali lapha we Denmark Christian Eriksen fainted during the games. Wavele wa collapse lapha umdlali nje kungalindele umuntu kungonakele lutho wavele waquleka. So the game was suspended before halftime after the Spurs playmaker fell to the ground and Eriksen suffered cardiac arrest according to odokotela laphayana bemsiza laphayana egroundini, and he was treated by medical teams on the pitch before being taken to the hospital. The Denmark Euros 2020 match against Finland should should not have restarted after midfielder Christian Eriksen collapsed mid-game. Coach laphayana we-Denmark usho njalo uHulmand. The players have different reactions to shocks and trauma, but we'll try to get back to normal as much as possible. Waphinde futhi laphayana uHulmand ucoach we-Denmark emva lesigameko lesi wathi, I get the feelings from the players that maybe the time is too short to try to play football again, but maybe we can use it as a force to get together and try to go out and do our best in the next match. Masuguti, the former Danish goalkeeper Peter Schmeichel has called the decision to resume Saturday's game, which Finland ended up winning 1-0, as absolutely ridiculous. Lapayana, they should have tried to work out a different scenario and show a little bit of compassion, and they didn't, he said. So after hearing Eriksen was conscious and talking, the players decided to get the tie finish on Saturday. Or bani UEFA ke laphana ikhipha statement esekwenzekele le ngozi leyo Eriksen ukuthi bayaqhubeka yini negame or abaqhubeki. If bengaqhubeki bazodliwa ngo-3-0. So awucabange nje ukuthi kuquleka umdlali la akakhulumi isikhathi eside uhlalile wangakhuluma, and then UEFA, the organizing of the competition, the organizers of the competition, bathi umdlalo kumele uqhubeke noma uqhubeke ngakusasa ngo-12 emini, or bathi abaqhubeki umdlalo udle ngo-3-0. So wena lapho umlaleli ekhaya uthini ngalesigameko esenzekile? Ngiyazi ukuthi abanye basibonile, abanye abasibonanga, but ongasibonanga uyezwa manje ukuthi umdlali wavele waquleka laphana esikhathi eside, but for kwathatha mhlambe 2 hours ukuthi 1 hour and 30 minutes ukuthi umdlali uqhubeke. Wena ngokubuka kwakho ukuthi le game le bekufanele iqhubeke njengoba ugcine idlule uphele ngokuthi iDenmark laphana idliwe ngo-1-0. So wena laphana ucabanga ukuthi iUEFA yenze kahle ngokuthi uthi umdlalo awuqhubeke. Having said that ukuthi iUEFA ithe awuqhubeke, naye umdlali esevukile ushilo wathi umdlalo ungaqhubeka, and now amazi awashiyo uChristensen. Christian said uthe kwi-Gazzetta dello Sport, thank you, I won't give up, I feel better now, but I want to understand what's happened. I want to say thank you all for what you did for me. Eriksen was talking to his manager, who reported Chris sentences from the hospital. So uthole laphana support eningi in the whole football community laphana Christensen. Bengibona laphana ku social media was buzzing, wonke umuntu ekhuluma ngalesimo lesi esehlakele iDenmark nalomdlali lo. So wife wa Eriksen ungenile groundini, wabonakala laphana emotionally, bazama laphana ukumcomforta abadlali beDenmark, but ubekhala nje kakhulu, kubonakala ukuthi uyabona ukuthi kubi ngoba ubengavuki uChristensen laphana elele, and abadlali beDenmark benza ishield yokuzama ukublocker amacamera ukuthi engasiboni lesehlakalo esimbe bezivelile. Nodokotela laphana bazama ungimboza ngamakhethini because into angezimhlophe, because isimo sakhe ngempela besisibe laphana umdlali uChristensen. But siyabonga kuNkulunkulu nakuJesu ukuthi use right umqemane, and he is looking forward to get back in the field, but there are concerns ukuthi angase aqhubeke yini uChristian Eriksen. So let's head to the other news ukuthi Prime Minister Boris Johnson extends COVID-19 restrictions with the Euro 2020 pilot event to continue. Culture Secretary Oliver Dowden has confirmed that the final 4 Euro 2020 matches at Wembley and Wimbledon will be staged at 50% capacity despite the coronavirus restrictions being extended until July 19. The last 16 matches of Euro 2020 on June 29, along with the semi-finals and final in July being hosted at Wembley, will be staged at 50% capacity, meaning around 40,000 fans will be in attendance. Portugal's João Cancelo tested positive for COVID-19 on Friday before their Euro 2020 opener against Hungary today. The 27-year-old has been replaced by AC Milan's under-21 international Diogo Dalot. Karim Benzema and Antoine Griezmann, the France, are both fit to face Germany today in Munich on their first opener of the Euro 2020. Also, we see Spain endured a frustrating opening game in Euro 2020 as they failed to make their near total dominance pay against a rigid and stubborn Sweden in Sevilla. So their game, Liana, it was a very young, youthful Spanish side. But my chances are they couldn't capitalize on. They played beautiful football with a lot of position, but bebehluleka ukufika epalini. Sweden laphana ibipositionile bidefenda kahle, so yaqala ke ngenothel phansi le draw Spain laphana esingaphandle kwabadlali bayo abaqavile ebashiye ngaphandle, and futhi yaletha isquad esincane sabadlali abawu-24 okuzoyenza ukuthi along the way as iqhubeka mawukuthi nayo iyaproceeda kwama-knockout stages izoba nenkinga cause yona ilethe isquad esincane kunawo wonke ama-team. Yashiya laphana noSlomo somqeqeshi sakapteni njalo waseSpain, idefender laphana leMadrid uLontozana Sergio Ramos. So let's look at the football news laphana which are happening around the world. Transfer news, as you know that value season, a lot is happening. Team afuna ukuqinisa laphana abadlali, afuna ukuletha nabadlali abasha. So FC Bayern are progressing in talks to extend Leon Goretzka contract. The club is confident to complete the agreement soon. Leicester are close to making Lille midfielder Boubakary Samore their first summer signing, with a deal even possible this week, according to the Daily Mail. Raheem Sterling will hold talks over his Manchester City future after the European Championship, and is not interested in the prospect of being used as a bargaining tool, according to the Daily Telegraph. Manchester United have escaped any punishment for their clash with Liverpool being called off because fans stormed Old Trafford, according to The Sun. Jordan Sancho believes he is finally set to sign for Manchester United this summer after patiently waiting for more than a year, according to Daily Star. Aaron Ramsey has performed a U-turn on his future as he claims in looking for a club where he can feel good again. That is according to Daily Mirror. Cristiano Ronaldo says speculation surrounding whether he will leave Juventus in the summer transfer window will not affect his performance for Portugal. Liverpool goalkeeper Adrian has extended his contract at the club. Chelsea have shown their interest in signing Achraf Hakimi from Inter Milan, and according to reports in the Daily Express, however, it will take more than £51.5 million for the Champions League winners to sign the 22-year-old Morocco international fullback. Well, we recently told you that Chelsea had matched the PSG 56 offer for Hakimi. But the Sky in Italy reported that Inter may well be more open to Chelsea's proposal because of the Italian club's interest in Emerson Palmieri and Andres Christensen from Chelsea. Gary Neville thinks Liverpool will find it very difficult to replace Giorgio Wijnaldum next season, saying he will be badly missed by Jurgen Klopp's side. Florian Neuhaus has emerged as potential target for Liverpool as they look to replace recently departed Georginio Wijnaldum. That is according to the Mirror. Crystal Palace will make a £15 million bid for Chelsea midfielder Conor Gallagher as they close in on new boss, the Sun reports. David De Gea is reportedly in the dark about his Manchester United future, with crunch talks planned with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who coach Manchester, according to the Mirror. De Gea is set for talks with Solskjaer after the Euro 2020 and could look to secure a move elsewhere if Henderson is chosen as the regular starter. Barcelona have dropped a massive hint that they will sign Netherlands international forward Memphis Depay as a free agent this summer. Gianluigi Buffon now discussing with Parma on a 2-year contract for the comeback. He is dreaming of the World Cup 2020 as third goalkeeper with Italy. Paulo Fonseca is expected to sign his contract as Tottenham manager within Wednesday, which is tomorrow. Daniel Levy, schools Tottenham, has approved the decision. Fabio Paratici wanted him strongly in this new era Tottenham as inomqeqesho omusha after iqoshe lapha Jose Mourinho oseyocoacha Italy AS Roma. Masukuthi Tom Heaton will undergo his medical with Manchester United this week. Then he'll sign the contract until June 2023 plus one more season option. Done. Eddie Nketiah received a new contract proposal from Arsenal days ago, as reported by the Athletic of the UK. There's still nothing agreed as of today, but West Ham know what's 40. The Crystal Palace are interested in the player. Bayer Leverkusen are also pushing since months to sign him on a permanent deal. So these are the news that we have for this week. As the Euros are going on, there's a game which is taking place today between Group F. It's between Hungary and Portugal, ne France ne Germany. Umdlalo weHungary nePortugal udlala ngo-6, masokuthi iFrance neGermany idlala ngo-8. So these were latest news that is going on. Namhlanje bengihamba ngedwa ngoLesine ukhona unkosi nathi naye uzobe ehamba yedwa laphayana lethela indaba laphayana ezenzakalayo. You can also catch the previous shows ku page lethu laphayana ku YouTube Car TV akhona laphayana ama shows wonke uzowathola laphayana mase ukuthi you can also subscribe ku Car TV, and you can also like our Facebook page laphayana in Car Radio and Car TV. So we thank you and we hope that you did gain something today. Bye.